Hey, welcome. So here we're looking at our 3D representation of our arcade cabinet. Now this is one that I've downloaded from the internet. So thank you very much to... Oh, I've lost it, but I'll credit it later. And what I'm in the process of doing is we need to measure this and also explode it into our different components. And this makes assembly and planning a lot easier. As you can see, I've begun isolating each individual component, and this is going to be useful for us to modify and also to measure out. Now the button configuration I can see is all wrong. We need to change this as well as some of the other parts as well. I was just looking at the top here and I'm unhappy with the way that this connects all together. It doesn't look like a solid structurally sound way. As you can see, there are gaps in the side here, so we need to amend and to fix this. Now I'm thinking a flat top would be a much more secure and strong joint. That nice 90 degree should supply us with a lot of strength. So we're going to need to start modifying and cutting components out. The first thing is I'm going to use this as the flat 90 degree bit, which means I can remove this part here. I'm going to triple click on this component. As you can see, it highlights, and we're going to select and delete this part here. Now before I continue, I think it is best that I do show you where we can find this part. It's very simply clicking the 3D warehouse up the top here, and then we just need to type in desktop arcade or arcade desktop, and we can see the two components here. So thank you, Mr. Sully, for supplying us with this. We just hit download and it will automatically open up. So as I was saying, we've deleted that component there. So now I'm going to triple click on this component and rotate it so it's a nice flat 90. So I'm going to select the rotate tool, select this face, which is green, by clicking once, moving my mouse around, clicking again, and until that snaps to a nice 90. We can almost feel it snap. There we are, right there. Excellent. So now we're modifying this component. We're also going to need to modify this sideboard here. As you can see, it angles up and then back down again. So we're going to need to chop it off at the top here. So we'll go about that in a moment. First thing is, I will move this component I want these 2 points to connect. I'm going to select this bottom right corner with the move tool selected, and until that snaps like so onto this component. I'm rotating around to make sure it's all lined up. Now that's interesting. It would seem that it isn't long enough. So we're going to go to the push-pull tool here and push out until that snaps in. Now at the moment we have no idea the length or size of this cabinet, so we're going to need to start taking some measurements. I'm going to select the tape measure tool here, select once in this corner, and this is going to give us our width, and go twice, and we can see that it is just about 450 millimeters long. Now that's almost half a meter, which seems like quite a good size for a cabinet. We're going to be measuring we should base everything around our monitor. That's a good place to start. Now we don't have the monitor measurements yet, and we can always scale up and down our cabinet size here, but for the moment I think it is important that we just get the frame correct. Now this part here is quite interesting. This is where we can place stickers or decals, or place some lights behind this and get a really nice see-through backboard, like up the top of these two examples here. So I will keep this component, and hopefully I'll have time to do something with it later. So I'm going to again triple click, select around the entire component, and I'll do that same part where I click once and snap it in like so. Now, again, not very strong. So I'm going to make sure that two ends butt together like so, And I can put some wood glue and some dowel pieces in there that will make it nice and strong.